Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the 19th of July 2016. It is a Tuesday. Now normally we're just full of rumours and nonsense, but tonight we might have some actual news for once. A couple of potentially big stories have broke today, one in the last hour or so. Let's talk about the one from earlier on. Joe Anderson, the Mayor of Liverpool, tweeted out a picture of him meeting Farhad Moshiri and Bill Kenwright, relating obviously to the stadium. He tweeted, "Great meeting with Farhad, still believe a new stadium in 2 years is achievable," which obviously relates to the building of a new stadium, whether it be in Stonecross or on the docks. Now, what is telling about the picture as well is that there's a brochure actually in front of Farhad Moshiri, and it's actually for the Stonecross area, relating to the ground, the area in Croxteth, which is basically a piece of land in Croxteth that the Liverpool City Council own. It is ready to be built on. It was basically land flattened and ready for Google to move into that part of the city. Google didn't end up moving to that city and ended up going to Manchester. It is just on the East Lancs. From the City Council point of view, they'd love it to be there because they own the land, and also it regenerate a part of the city that probably does need a lot of regeneration, and actually was earmarked for regeneration about 8 or 9 years ago when a tram line was supposed to go down that way, but it never ended up happening. A lot of office space was built there, and I think a lot of it is still yet to be used fully to its ability. So they'd love that area to be generated by Everton, so obviously are trying to woo Everton into getting there, and obviously it's a piece of land they own, so they'd love a football club to be on it. Joe Anderson, don't forget, is going for the Mayor of Liverpool. He's the current Mayor of Liverpool. He's trying to get the Metro Mayor of Liverpool. Basically what that means is he's currently the Mayor of the centralised area of Liverpool, but he wants to be the Mayor of Greater Liverpool, basically the Liverpool and the surrounding areas. He's trying to get the nomination for that. So obviously things like this are great PR for him. So I take it with a pinch of salt with what he's saying in his tweet. But it does look like things are moving. If you go and watch the video I've just put out on Toffee TV, the pre-season update, we talk a little bit about that. We also talk about it on the tickets video we've done as well. Go and watch that. We've talked about it on there as well. Personally, I would want to be on the dock. That is the place I want to be. It's a much more spectacular place for Everton going forward. The land in Croxteth that City Council want us to take it's out the way. You know, it's going towards Kirby. It's still within Liverpool, but it's not in the city centre. It's out in the out towards the edges of the city. So for me, I wouldn't want to move there, but you know, you can understand why the council want it there, and you can understand why Everton are talking to them, because they've got to talk to them. Of course they've got to talk to them. They've got to talk about not only that, but obviously other things relating to if they do want to move to King's Dock, because to the dock, because you know, it's not just a simple thing of getting permission off Peel have got the land. They've got to speak to them, but you've got to get sort out the whole area. So it's good to talking to them. It's good that it's moving forward. And look forward to hearing more about that. The big news today, and it's only broke in the last hour or so, is Sky are saying Everton have agreed a deal in principle with Leicester City to take head of recruitment Steve Walsh and to make him the new director of football at Everton Football Club. This would be massive. Walsh is responsible for getting the likes of Jamie Vardy, Mahrez, Kante to Leicester City, and basically Everton have earmarked him for the director of football role. So getting players in, getting the recruitment in, scouting the players, all that kind of thing. That is the big news tonight. And if they can get him in pretty soon, which they've earmarked him in, then maybe he'll have targets that he'd identified for Leicester that he can bring to Everton. So that's a really big thing. And maybe that's something that's been stopping us going out there and bringing in players. Maybe that's part of the thing. Koeman has worked in this system before. Koeman is very comfortable working in this system, and maybe he's been waiting off getting some players in before this deal was actually done. So I think this is a major step tonight that it looks like we're getting them in. That it looks like we've done the deal. It looks like that we'll have our whole management team in place and can go forward with that. And once that's all in place, that's fantastic for the future. Steve Walsh, if people didn't know, he's an ex-school teacher. He was also a coach at Leicester as well, one of the assistant managers. His brother played for Everton in the youth team in the 70s, early 80s, I think. So not for the whole of the 70s and early 80s, because then I don't think he would be classed as a youth team player. But it's a really good move in terms of recruitment, and this is something we've talked about before. It gives an extra voice. The manager can't just go and say, I want to buy Omar Niasse, let's just say, and be done. This is a buffer between the manager and the board, and also this is a guy whose job it is to just go out there and find talent, which he's done for Leicester City, and help them become the Premier League champions. So that is massive, and it's another massive statement by the club that we've gone out and found the best person we feel is out there to do the job. So that's really, really exciting as well from that point of view. So looking forward to seeing how that goes forward. That's only broke tonight. It's Sky sources at the moment, but they're pretty accurate normally. Talking about Niasse, apparently a couple of teams in Turkey are sniffing around them to take him on loan. So that's good as well. That's good. There's a potential for him to move on as well. I think he needs that for the sake of his career, basically. So hopefully that's the director of football sorted. As I've said, it looks like there might be a little bit of movement on the ground as well. That's really encouraging as well. So all these people have been really worried about how things are going, and where the club hasn't really changed. I think these two things today prove that they are changing, and they are changing for the better as well. So make sure you go and check out a couple of videos we've done this week. One is regarding the ticketing situation. If you have not got a season ticket, go and watch this video, because it's not going to be the same this season regarding season tickets. Regarding the tickets, there's very few tickets knocking about, and you've got to go and watch the video to make sure you're aware of what's going on. Also, we've done a pre-season catch-up where we spoke about what's going on at the moment. We've mentioned Steve Walsh in it. We've mentioned the pre-season friendly and all, everything that's going on at the club at the moment. So make sure you go and watch that. That's only come out in the last hour or so. Make sure you go and catch that. John Stones was in Manchester today. Good for him. He lives there. Good work by the newspapers out there. He was shopping. Well done. Tremendous work there by the newspapers. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. We'll be back tomorrow.